There we are. We're live. Fuck it. Do it live.
Going live. Unprepared.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a guest today, but something went sideways with that, so now we're just trying to wing it. So how are you, man? How's it going today?
Oh, it's going, dude. I'm excited. Just bought a bunch of fireworks for the 4th.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Want to come over? We can watch them.
Yeah. We'll set them off. Dude, fireworks are illegal in Massachusetts.
All of them?
All the fireworks, yeah.
Like here, it's just the ones you can't shoot them up in the air.
Yeah, I think you can have like firecrackers and shit, and that's it.
Yeah, the little fountains and shit.
Yeah. So what's going on in the world, man? You were just looking at some shit?
I was just looking. I mean, well, at home, you know, we have the whole malaria
Oh, yeah.
thing popping off in
Dude.
Texas and Florida.
Yeah, does anybody think it's a little odd? I posted this on my Facebook yesterday.
I said something too.
Yeah, we both did. So, what is it? Florida and Texas? I didn't really
Yeah.
look really deep into this, but so Florida and Texas, Bill Gates was releasing, what was it, GMO mosquitoes or some shit like that
Yeah, to vaccinate.
to vaccinate people against malaria, right?
No, I think it was I think the original time, when he was messing with it, it was supposed to vaccinate people. I don't know if
Oh,
it was
good.
No, I think it was what I originally heard was that he was doing it for third world nations to help them with malaria.
Oh, okay.
But he decided the third world nation he was going to try it out on was Texas and Florida.
Yeah. Well, so he released GMO mosquitoes into Texas and Florida, right? And just so happens that Texas and Florida now have malaria. What a coincidence.
What?
Dude, what is that? Why is it that everything this dude touches is just always all fucked up every time? He's involved with everything.
Didn't he do a pandemic drill
Yes!
after COVID?
It was right before COVID.
I think they did another one.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, but I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah. I vaguely remember hearing something.
Yeah, was it malaria? No, it was. What was the other?
I feel like it was smallpox or something.
Nah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
The small. monkeypox.
Oh, monkeypox.
Because those monkeys got away from that
Yeah.
truck
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Philly.
Do you know what Event 201 is?
I don't think so.
So Event 201 is, okay, so you know what the World Economic Forum is?
Oh, those swell people.
Yeah.
The protectors of the planet.
Yeah, so the World Economic Forum, for anybody that might be watching, is a group of some of the most powerful and wealthy people in the world who get together to dictate the circumstances of the world because they love you so much.
To protect you.
For your protection. So
Yeah.
the World Economic Forum, in partnership with Jeffrey Epstein's friend Bill Gates,
Oh, they were close friends, weren't they?
yeah, they
Oh,
ran
yeah.
a drill called Event 201. And this was October 19th, I believe, of 2019. This was 3 or 4 months before the pandemic started. And this drill was a coronavirus consuming the world
Wait, October 19th?
of 2019.
I feel like that was only weeks or months.
Yeah, when did COVID
Pop off. I thought
from
it,
the bat market or whatever?
Oh, from that lady that wanted deep fried bat soup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it couldn't.
It was
It had to be
December, something like that, January.
Was it?
Kind of forget.
Is it? I know, because that's oddly close to it appearing. Because
Yeah.
I remember in 2020, I was out of a job by March.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I think it appeared in that area. Anyway, so they ran a drill of a coronavirus consuming the world and what they would do, what the world. Oh, and also Jeffrey Epstein's friend Bill Gates is the number 2 funder of the WHO. What is
Oh. I love that band.
that? What does that stand for? World Health Organization, right? So he's also involved with this. But anyway, so they ran that drill of the coronavirus consuming the world.
Okay.
And what the world would do in order to deal with this, which is shut down people's businesses and social distancing.
Lock
and,
us down.
yeah, and what ended up happening was, they shut all the local businesses down, and all the multinational corporations came and sucked all the middle class wealth. And what's so interesting about that is the World Economic Forum. They have that their slogan is by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy.
Oh, yeah.
So they ran this drill.
I'm halfway there.
Yeah. Are you are you happy about it?
No.
So they ran this drill of a coronavirus consuming the world, and this is the same organization of the most richest and wealthiest and powerful people in the world. And by 2030, you will own nothing and be happy. Then a few months later, after this drill, a coronavirus actually happens in real life. They shut down everyone's local businesses, transfer all the middle class wealth to multinational corporations by the same group that says by 2030 you will own nothing and be happy, which really means that they will own everything.
And they might be happy.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah, in partnership with Jeffrey Epstein's friend Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
So it's all just a big coincidence.
big.
Just a huge coincidence. Pay no attention to that. You know, we're not conspiracy theorists. I'm just saying, unrelated. It's coincidence.
It's the information that's out there. You know, you take what you have and you make your own opinion.
Right.
And if that so opinion that is made is that we're going to be killed by 2030 and eating cockroaches,
Yeah.
then that is on you. You're not crazy.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Does it just seem like that guy is just involved with everything?
Every bad thing.
Everything. Yeah.
Like Windows, horrible.
Yeah. He's just got like his fingers in everybody's pie. It's like, what is he? You heard this thing where he's like trying to block out the sun? Or dim out the sun or some shit?
Oh,
Have you heard this?
is it going to tint the sun?
Yeah, he's like doing some kind of shit. See, I didn't really look like that much in detail, but I see this shit come across my news feeds
I
and
think
stuff.
anything Bill Gates is behind besides bars, I'm not comfortable with.
No, dude.
Unless he's trying to put me on the other side of the bars. I don't know who would be in that cell, but I don't think I should be.
He's really invested in making people healthy. I know that. Like
Yes,
like,
yes.
he's
The computer guy
Yeah, he's
With-
invested in viruses, both computer and
and human.
people viruses.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that.
Do you think if AI takes over, like their worst enemy is going to be Bill Gates because of all the viruses he can make? And he'll be smart enough to make, the very first AI COVID-19?
I wonder. And then he'll sell the solution because isn't he involved in like selling vaccines and stuff too? Or
I mean, I'm
shouldn't say
sure
that
he
word.
owns
Pokes.
Pokes. Yeah, I'm sure he owns Poke distributors.
I think he does. Like I seen some interview with him where he was saying some lady was asking him like the most profitable like venture he's ever entered into, and he was like hands down Poke. He said the B word, but Pokes. He's like, I've made this amount of billions of dollars off that in this amount of time. He's like, that's the best investment I've ever made. So, because he loves you and shit.
Well, yeah, he loves the world.
Yeah.
And looks like that evil billionaire off of The Simpsons.
Farmland, I guess he owns like some incredible amount of farmland in the United States.
Oh yeah, like between like him and China, they own like
So crazy. amount.
so many hundreds,
Yeah.
thousands of acres of farmland.
And interestingly enough, he's a huge shareholder, like one of the biggest shareholders in Monsanto. You know what Monsanto is?
No, it sounds familiar.
Monsanto, ooh, strap in, bro. I don't know how much time we got to. Monsanto is like one of the most evil corporations in the world. It's like it's genetically modified. So they have these things called amongst a bunch of other shit.
Of like vegetables and shit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I've been hearing about stickers about
Yeah.
like check your sticker of your vegetable
Yes.
because it could be
Monsanto?
not real.
Yeah, so they have like they make something called Terminator seeds, and it's genetically modified like vegetables and fruits and shit like that. The idea being that, like when a vegetable's growing, it eventually turns to seed. The seed falls into the ground, and they can grow another
Yeah.
vegetable, or you can pick the seeds off and plant it and grow more vegetables. Well, Monsanto has these things called Terminator seeds, which even if you took those seeds and planted them, they're not going to grow. They're only going to grow once because they patented nature. So they have a patent on these seeds. And if, like, so they can just keep making money. So every year these farmers have to keep buying the seeds over and over and over again, which they used to be able to just take the seeds and plant more shit.
So
Now,
then why would farmers do that?
because they have a patent on the shit. And what ends up happening is some farmer will grow the shit in his farm, and the wind and shit will like blow the pollen into the next farmer's yard, and it'll pollinate that guy who has normal natural vegetables. And Monsanto will come along and sue the next farm over for copyright infringement. because they went against their
And
patent.
the only way they can do it and get the patent is because it's man-made.
So these
Sneaky
incredible.
bastard.
That guy whose farm, who Monsanto shit blew in his yard, that guy should be suing Monsanto
For poisoning
his shit because now he has Terminator plants.
How come nobody's done it?
Because Monsanto turns around and sues them for infringement on trademark shit,
Copyright infringement.
or whatever it is.
But can't they countersue?
No, because they do. Monsanto's this billion dollar corporation and shit, and they just have all these lawyers and shit, and they sue people's pants off. So everybody's now growing Monsanto Terminator seeds shit because they can't afford to grow their own shit because they just the litigation and the crazy shit.
Now, could you grow both?
I don't know. I think once it when how it pollinates and of birds and bees and shit, take the pollen.
Well, is it gonna start suing them too? That's
Probably.
theft of service.
Dude.
Those fucking felonial bees.
No,
don't give them any ideas. They'll start wiping out
Yeah.
fucking bees.
forget
Never
we just
mind.
said that, Monsanto.
I take it back.
I know you're watching this.
I know you want to take the bees out anyway.
Yeah, but isn't that fucking crazy, dude? And that's what's happening. That dude, there's so many farmers all across the United States and the world are being just sued into just bankruptcy.
Into closing their
Yeah.
farms.
So now just Monsanto Terminator seeds are everywhere, bro.
That
That's
is fucking nuts.
another Bill Gates thing.
Another Bill Gates. God
'Cause he
fucking
loves you.
damn it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. So we joked about this earlier this week,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna ask.
Hmm.
What do you think of the possibility that some of these political figures that we're seeing and elites that we're seeing are actually dead and we're seeing body doubles and people in masks or deep fakes?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That would have to be so deep. So, let's think about what would need to be some plausible scenarios for that to happen. How would that actually happen? So, what? Scientists would have to get together and create one of these motherfuckers in
Well,
a
no,
lab.
I'm not saying a clone.
Oh, so what is
Just
it?
like a body double. It could be someone doing a deep fake. It could
Oh,
be someone wearing
oh.
those super realistic latex masks.
Okay.
There's jokes around. I mean, that Jim Carrey was secretly doing Biden
Nah.
in real scenarios,
Okay.
not just on SNL.
So why would they do that though? Why wouldn't they just have the actual guy go out on TV? Why would they have doubles?
Well, because they're dead.
Why are they dead?
They got arrested for some shit.
Why wouldn't they just say that, this guy got arrested for some shit?
Okay. Well, what would you do if you heard the Pope got arrested for being in charge of a massive human child trafficking ring?
I understand.
How do you
what
think
you're
that's going to play out? Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think dropping the ball of, hey guys, Biden's dead, Clinton's dead, both of them are dead, the Pope, Obama, all the, and list 90 people and be like, all dead because of human trafficking, and we hung them
Okay.
up at Gitmo.
All right. So we're talking about a scenario where
Hypothetical
scenario where justice has been served and
for all the wrong yes.
wrong people have been. I mean, all the wrong what? You were just saying?
wrongdoers.
We're all the wrongdoers. Yes, they've been gathered up by the system and arrested and executed. Right, and this is why they would have body doubles out there.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't they just bring down the whole thing, everything? Go on the news and say this is a body double and just expose the whole thing. If they're going to arrest these people anyway, why would they let them continually pretend like they're having these people run the world and shit?
Maybe they're keeping them in power or still being a face because maybe not enough people are fed up with how the situation of countries or world, and maybe it's just waiting for a, how would you say, a precipice.
Okay, this sounds like QAnon shit.
What?
I've seen this shit on QAnon stuff like that. So Is that what this is? Like this
It's
is like,
where I've heard it.
yeah. Okay. So the
But
reason
let's talk about it. We
Yeah.
can talk about it, and if we believe it or if we don't.
I think it's
I'm-
highly unlikely.
I
I'm
think
just
it's
gonna be
highly
honest.
unlikely too. But I just want to, see what you think.
I think that I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I think that the whole QAnon thing. It was interesting when it first came out because, like, when I first heard about it, it was when like the pandemic, like they started shutting everything down.
Mm-hmm.
So I spent a lot of time. I didn't have to go to work or anything like that. Well, as much and shit. And I spent a lot of time like going on the internet, looking at conspiracies and
Yeah.
looking at shit on the internet. And that's when I kind of came across this QAnon thing, and I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting and shit. Like, imagine if this was really happening. Like, they have like the days of darkness and all the shit.
10 days of darkness.
Yeah, but then like, oh, like they're shutting everything down because what they're doing is they're going after these people, and they're gonna, they might be doubles and stuff. They're going underground, and they need to shut everything down. But then none of this shit ended up to be true.
Right, nothing came out.
Nothing
about
came
it.
out of it.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Have you ever seen that thing? I think a lot of like tyrannical empires have had this. It's like they'll create. There's been a similar thing to like a QAnon thing created by. It was the most famous one was in Russia with the Soviet Union.
A massive psyop.
A massive psyop. And basically the idea is, instead of people actually getting out and fighting the system, you create this bullshit story about the plan. There's people at the top, and the plan. Just sit back and just let the plan take care of it. And all the patriots and people who would be rebelling about this are not going to do anything because they're going to trust the plan.
Yeah.
And then communism comes in and kills millions of people, and starvation and death camps, and all that shit.
Yeah. Well,
Is that a possibility? You think?
I think what we're sitting at right now, and we'll say we'll give it a focal point in the U.S. at least, is I think we have two opposing psyops going right now. You got the left that has, I don't even want to say the left, the one side that feels and believes this, then you get another side that's trying to, I guess, more or less liberate America, bring us back to the republic that we were set up as.
Who do you think those people are that want to do that?
Like what would
Liberate.
be the good side or the bad side?
well,
In
first-
American favor.
Yeah.
To
Who's in
liberate.
America's favor? Like, who is some people? Do you have any faces and names to these people?
I have names and faces of people that have been told to me are names and faces. From what I heard, there's 200 plus generals.
Like
Or-
General Flynn, is that one of them?
Yeah, but he's not really the one I was more. These are generals that are faceless, I guess, to the world.
Okay.
Retired, all around from back when JFK was in office.
Ah, okay.
I think it's them. It's a military psyop, so you got to have military intelligence in there. So you have them, and I think, there's others amongst it. They say Donald Trump is Q plus.
What does that mean?
So there's Q, right? This entity, I guess, because no one knows if it's one person, if it's those said 200 generals. You know what I mean? So Q, and then Q plus would make it Trump. Or they say it's Trump because he's the second, he's Q and some, I guess.
Yeah.
He's the face.
So the idea being that Trump is like the fate, because the idea of Trump is America, right? He's
America
trying to like
first.
bring America up
Yeah.
to be, the leader of the world, and bring, I guess you could say, freedom back to America and this type of shit. And I think that in a certain way, I can see that in certain ways, because it's like you were saying, there's like one side and there's another side, and I think in a certain way there is. I think that's reality. I think that there's, you know what I mean by globalists? We've talked about this,
Yeah.
obviously. I'm really just saying that in case anyone's watching. What I mean by that is like, there's a push to bring down America so you could have globalism, right?
Yeah.
So you can have a global government,
Global
a global
economy.
establishment, a global economy. Everything's
Yeah.
global, which sounds wonderful, but when you really take a fine tooth going through that, it's not so wonderful.
No.
And then there's like the nationalist side, who, because obviously if you're going to have this globalized situation, there's not going to be America's so dope in the world and America's leading the way.
Yeah.
So you need to bring down America. So there's the other side that wants to bring up America and have them sell shit in America and have America
Made in America.
manufacturing and jobs and money and wealth.
Yeah.
And to me, that does kind of seem like the idea that I was seeing out of Trump through his not just his rhetoric, but his policies, all the shit he was doing. He was building all the shit in America. He was like, whatever you want to think about, like the border wall and shit like
protect
that.
our border.
Protect the border. He was
Energy independence.
energy independence. Gas was what, $2?
$2 cheaper in some places.
Yeah,
too.
man.
So
Food in the supermarkets,
Cheaper.
Our lives. Just let's be honest, guys. Even if you don't like Trump, was life better and cheaper under Trump, or is it better now? Or is it like when you go to the gas pump, you go to the supermarket, you go to the stores? Like,
But
this is
even
just a few years.
so much is better. Back when Trump was in office, were you worried about Russia bombing us? Our biggest concern was what? North Korea maybe getting a rocket off.
But even that, I'm
He
sounding
went
like
to
a
North
Trump
Korea.
fan. Dude, he went to North Korea. He was the only president to ever step foot in North Korea, bro. Like,
So he went there and they chilled out over there.
yeah, man. I don't know, dude. I see what the media is saying about Trump, but then I see like the reality of what I was witnessing out of Trump, and these seem like two completely different things. Like,
Oh yeah.
they may want to make it seem like he's Hitler or some shit, or some like tyrant, like authoritarian. But then I see the other side, the liberals. These people seem like way more authoritarian. These people
Oh,
like
yeah.
cancel everything.
You can't
You
say-
can't say shit.
Yup.
You gotta control everything. Oh, including doctors and scientists. We gotta throw them in the trash, ruin everything. Like everything that disagree, they're the Nazis, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but it's so crazy because like what sociopaths do, and when I say sociopaths, I'm not talking about like the everyday liberal. I'm talking about like the establishment liberal bullshit.
Yeah. The far left.
Like control arm of it.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, but what sociopaths do is they are the assholes, but then they blame it. They always pointing the finger and blaming it
Yep.
on you. It's you and you.
Uh-huh.
And
Well,
it
it's
seems-
because you did this,
Yeah.
and that's why I did.
I'm a victim. Like it's you, but like all
Yeah.
the shit I see out of the left, it's like they're the aggressors, man. Like they're the ones trying to control everything. They're the ones trying to shut everybody up and put their finger on everything, have all this
Oh, yeah.
control. Like, and then they want to call other people who don't
Yeah,
like that Nazis.
How are you okay with the or the IRS knowing whenever you have more than 600 in your
Yeah,
account? Yeah, you don't need that.
Well, I think the big deal was, if I'm not mistaken, is you talking about this thing where, like, you used to be able to like Zelle people, and
No, I thought I heard a thing that the IRS will track your account if you have more than like 600, five to 600.
yeah, dude, that actually does sound familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. No, why?
And the Biden administration, I think, just hired like some ridiculous, like 80,000 IRS agents.
They did, and then they got them all taken away during the when they were working on our debt ceiling. I think
Oh,
that was
really?
part of the cuts. But yeah, it was armed too.
It was
like-
oh yeah, armed,
Armed IRS agents.
dude. Like,
My taxes aren't that crazy,
Bro.
I have got like 1 or 2
my
W-2s
God.
on it.
cause I'm proud to be American. Like, this is not America, man. Like,
No, we're losing. It's slipping
dude,
away.
bro. Like, and I thought, dude, back when like shit was going heavy with like the pandemic and shit, and even a little after that, like when the pandemic was basically over, but they were still like, you need this poker, you're
What about
fucked.
dude? No, America lost. Look, nothing made sense in 2020. Nothing. We were locked down. You know, we weren't allowed to go out. We had to wear masks, but we were rioting from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Closer than me and you are to each other. masked and maskless, all alike. Like, no. What? Nothing made. And then we just haven't fucking straightened out since. We've just been fucked ever since.
But seriously, you bring up a good point. Remember that, like we were just talking about how crazy.
The summer of love, isn't that what it was labeled?
Dude, bro. All right, so let's recap that, right? So let's really think about how logically bankrupt this is, okay? So they shut down everything. Right?
Everything.
You cannot go to Thanksgiving.
You can't go to school.
You can't go to school. You
Can't
can't
go to
see
church.
your family. You can't go to church. You can't go to the gym. You can't go to the beach.
Yep. Can't go outside.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Right?
We're locked down.
Stay away, 6 feet, wear 17 masks. Oh my God, the world is a pandemic. Right? And then, I don't know if you remember this, but like people who were having like their businesses shut down and shit, yeah. I meant to address that. I hope you're still watching. Cathelia. Sorry if I said that wrong. But,
Yeah.
shit, I just lost my train of thought, but fucking, God damn it. So people, that was loud. People started protesting their businesses being shut down. They're like, all right, dude, you said 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Enough is enough. I can't support my family. Like you're expecting, like you're saying, oh, this is all for health and health. We're losing our minds, locked in our house like prisoners. It's not healthy to be locked in your house. You need sun. You need interaction with people. Like this is health, right? You may tell me I can't make money. I have employees relying on me. I have family relying on me. I have children to feed. I'm going out in the street and protesting.
Yeah.
So there was people that went out in the street and protested this shit. What did the news say? You scumbag! You're killers!
Yeah.
You murderers! How could you be so irresponsible? Literally, like what? A few weeks, a month later, there was riots from the other side, the leftist side. Riots in the street, burning shit down, killing, violence. They're all in each other like a mosh pit, which is totally fine. This peaceful protest.
It was a peaceful protest.
Mostly peaceful protest.
Well, the mostly was because the AutoZone behind him was engulfed in flames.
Yeah. So that was
That was the one negative.
So, dude, was COVID dangerous or not? Why is it dangerous for these people to be protesting in the street when there's way less of them? They're not doing any violence at all.
They just want to go to work.
They just want to go to work. But then when way more of these people, violence in a mosh pit, no mask, just coughing, killing people, that's not dangerous. How does that make sense? That can't make sense.
Well, no, hold on.
All right, try to work this out. That makes sense.
So, because COVID was so dangerous,
okay,
except
when leftists riot,
to the homeless, because the homeless people are still here. Because if COVID was as dangerous as they say, we'd have no homeless people. So the protesters realized the only way not to get it was to identify as homeless and go and do it in the streets.
Gotcha.
Instead of protesting on social media because that's how you were getting COVID.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, so
bro, but seriously, man. Seriously. I remember thinking this shit. But if you say anything like that out loud, like how, like, guys, this doesn't make sense. You racist!
you don't believe in science.
You don't believe in science?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's only scientific that these people are fine to gather together in the masses in a mosh pit and burn shit down. But these people aren't. It's only science.
Yeah, it's because they were so packed tight together during the protest. When they were marching.
Yeah.
Because that's where this scientific explanation comes from.
Yeah.
That the COVID couldn't pass,
Gotcha.
couldn't get through, so they
Yeah.
couldn't catch. Now, when they were running, and throwing, they were moving too fast.
Oh,
COVID couldn't
it
catch up.
dodges the
Yeah,
COVID.
it just got blown out of their face. So
yeah. Well, it's
That-
kind of like when you couldn't eat inside a restaurant. Oh no.
No. It's when you could. I see where you're going, and I've heard this scientific
What is
study.
it?
It's where COVID is dangerous
Yeah.
all the way to the table, but
when
when
you're
you sit down, it's gone.
Yeah.
There's hit there's a bubble.
Oh,
One would say a ferment.
yeah, a firmament. Maybe
Yeah.
flat earthers are right.
Of Lysol
Oh, gotcha.
around each table.
Okay.
So COVID couldn't get in.
Yeah, and then you couldn't gather together inside unless you were sitting down at the table. Then scientifically,
Well, yes,
fine.
but then you were saying.
You couldn't gather together. But if you made inside outside, you can. Like they had these like tent things for
Yeah.
the winter time.
Oh, okay.
Eventually, where people could gather together,
Oh.
but it was plastic walls,
Oh,
and then you could do it because it was technically outside in some
is
way.
that the same science of like the places that put plexiglass
Yes.
but had holes in
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it was like, remember when you went to the supermarket, but they had the plexiglass here,
Uh huh.
and then they'd go, $187, please, sir, and then you went around the plexiglass
yeah.
to hand.
Yeah,
it's that
that-
kind of science.
Okay,
You
yeah,
know what I
that
mean?
that it's the
Yeah.
driving in a car by yourself with a
With
mask.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, is this potential malaria pandemic, right?
He believes in Star Trek socialism. I kind of agree with that in a certain type of way. You ever see Star Trek, obviously?
No.
It's really, really deep, really, really hard to explain, but it's like, like I don't think socialism is a good idea at all, like on a mass scale. Just to switch gears like this, Mark Peralez, thank you very much. He was the flat Earth guy. last time.
Yes.
Remember?
Welcome back. Thank
Yes.
you for joining us again.
Thank you, sir. But just to shift gears into that, what do you think about socialism? I'll ask you that first.
Socialism. What is it's everything for everyone?
Socialism, it's like an economic, I guess, type of situation where,
Economic equality, right? Like
Yeah,
everyone
like-
kind of. No.
yeah, like where like socialized medicine and shit like that. So if they were to have like what was that? Remember like when Obamacare, the idea of that was like, oh, free healthcare, but then
Yeah.
it turned out to be more expensive than like anything else.
Yeah.
Or like really expensive or whatever. But I guess like it would be like socialized healthcare would just be like we all pay taxes into the system, and then we all get free healthcare,
Okay.
and like we all
Okay.
pay taxes
Yeah, I
into the
don't
system,
like that.
and we all. But here's the argument against that: is like socialism always turns into communism.
Yeah.
What communism is where the state runs everything. There's no
Yeah.
free market at all. There's no market. The government controls everything. The government is the market. The government is God.
Yeah. No.
So under socialism, like you have kind of a free market, but then the taxes you pay, it's like there's way more social programs and shit like that.
Yeah. No.
Which is cool in a certain way, dude, but like France, for example, right?
It's on fire.
Is on fire right now, and I believe I shouldn't speak out of school on this, but I think it's because they raised like the retirement age.
Those were original protests, not the reason they're on fire.
What is it on
Currently,
is it healthcare?
No, it's migrants. The migrants that have flooded from Middle Eastern and African countries. They're going ham, dude.
Really?
Shooting people.
Yeah.
Saw a clip of they cut off a dude's hands while he was protecting his car.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Dude, shit's
Shooting
getting all
off
crazy.
fucking
man.
AKs in the streets.
Where are they getting AKs from in France?
I don't know.
Holy
They
shit,
have no
wow.
gun. They have gun control there, so
Holy shit, man.
yeah.
I kind of feel good when I see protests and shit like that. Like remember
If they were protests, these are just
riots?
riots.
Oh, really? I haven't really paid attention.
Yeah,
to that shit.
they're not protests. These are just fucking riots.
Oh shit. Like violence. And
Yeah.
Shit? Oh,
Murder, rape,
Oh,
all
boy.
that's going down.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you one thing. When I think that I don't mean to like swing it back into this, but it reminds me of this. When the COVID lockdowns and like the poke mandates were going on, dude, there were some countries that they were giving you criminal charges for not getting the poke. and
Dude,
shit
they
like
were
that.
locking you up in quarantine camps.
Yeah.
Quarantine camps. Yeah.
Also known as a concentration camp. They were doing this in Western countries like Australia,
Yeah.
and shit.
Australia was the one that I was really following. They would have,
Yeah, man.
tents.
But remember, this gave me like a good feeling inside. Like almost brought a tear to my eye. Like fucking when I would see these protests. It would be like million, like I think a million plus in the street
Over in
protesting.
Europe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All over the world protesting
yeah.
the COVID shit, dude. Like that made me like, yo, I think we can do this. Like I really, you know. That gave me a good feeling inside. And then I started seeing like doctors and scientists like having these rallies and speaking. Yeah. And honestly, dude, I think that's why they backed off on COVID, dude. Was because there's way too many people in the world not cooperating anymore.
Oh, yeah. I think they kind of just
You know
had to,
what I mean?
like, let it drop, and they rebranded it again
Yeah.
as the flu returned.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you think they're gonna bring back like another like?
I think
that-
malaria is going to be the next pandemic. I think they're going to use this whole mosquito thing.
Good old billionaire Billy,
Oh,
Jeffrey Epstein's friend,
nothing-
Bill Gates.
You got to make sure that should be his new title, Jeffrey Epstein's friend, Bill Gates.
Every
Like,
time I refer to that guy.
Speaking of which, did you hear about the reports about a company that he owns, about the questions they were asking the female employees
No.
on questionnaires? Very explicit sexual
No.
like questions about it. So he's in a little hot water about that right now.
I feel like that guy should be in a little bit more hot water about a lot of the shit that he's involved with.
Oh yeah, I think
You know
he
what I mean?
definitely needs to be questioned about a couple things.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know. So we got malaria back. We got all this shit. We were on some kind of thing, and then I derailed us with socialism.
Star Trek, so
Unbelievable. But
we were talking about the fundamentals of how COVID works during 2020.
Oh,
and,
yeah. Oh yeah.
And just all the science, the mask wear alone in the car, large groups for peaceful protests,
Yeah.
and how COVID works.
In mysterious ways. Man.
It's almost alien with
Yeah.
how you can get it but not.
I don't know. I think that this has shown the true colors of the establishment in a lot of ways, dude. Like the amount of, like I personally know doctors and shit. I don't want to even say it, but this guy I know, who used to tell me this shit all the time. He has a clinic, and he started using that drug that begins with an I.
Yeah.
Ivor something.
Yep.
Right? And mixed with a vitamin cocktail to
Yeah.
treat COVID patients. And he said that since he started doing that, he didn't lose not even one patient. Dude.
Yeah. You know, what was that other one that didn't like?
Hydroxy.
Oh, yes, that banned one. You know what it's made for? Malaria. So, once you start hearing, don't start taking, take hydroxychloroquine,
Yeah.
you should probably take it. It's made for
Yeah, dude.
malaria.
It just seems like we're in upside down backwards land, man. We're told to trust all the liars.
And the rides here suck.
Yeah. But it's like, we were talking about this the other day too. Like, you ever notice how it's like the upside down clown world we're in? It's like, we're taught, like, how did the people, remember, like, the same people, Trump was a Russian agent. They're saying these narratives that just keep collapsing and collapsing. Ban all the scientists and doctors, and then for this, because we have the ultimate truth, and there's no way it came from a lab. There's no way this can be true. There's no way this can be true. There's no way this can be true. Ban all, and these narratives that keep falling apart. Then it turns out that the Russian thing was bullshit. That all the doctors and scientists that were questioning their narrative were right, and just on and on and on and on and on. How do these people still get on TV and through the media, and still we're looking at them as like the fact checkers and science and the truth tellers? How are they still known as that at this point, after they've just been lying and lying and lying and lying and exposed and exposed?
I think they've dug themselves a hole so deep that they're just stuck now.
How do they get trusted though? Like if we work
Because
together.
there's people who aren't willing.
Smart?
I don't want to say smart,
Like, Jesus Christ.
but yeah, they're just
Not critical thinkers?
or yeah, they don't reach out for any more information.
Yeah. And I don't
So-
need to talk shit.
So and so on CNN or Fox News or MSNBC, they say this. COVID is going to kill 1 in every 3 people who catch it, right? Obviously, the numbers are fake, but 1 in 3. And then I come up and tell them, nah, dude, I just read a report that it kills like 1 in every 10,000 people who catch it. No, the news said this, the news said that. Like, nobody's willing to look outside.
What the news says?
What the news says. They're not going to lie to me.
Yeah. And that's not to say that COVID isn't dangerous. Like
It's the flu. It's not dangerous.
yeah, like it was killing people and shit though. I think it was like probably a little bit higher than the flu. You know what I mean? Like,
It was killing people who are already in danger to the flu.
Yeah.
Old people, people with young kids, people with pre-existing conditions. And what fucked them is getting put on a ventilator.
Yeah.
Now, if you would have just treated them with the medicine,
Yeah.
or that would have worked, but instead you were told,
Yeah.
you know, by your higher ups or by whoever you take orders from or who you have to follow, they tell you, no, we can't give them that. If this medicine don't work, if medicine A, B, and C don't work, fine, throw them on a vent. That'll help them.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shit involved with that. Like, they were saying that anybody who died with COVID got classified of dying of COVID.
Oh yeah.
So there's people, if you died in a car accident and you had
Positive,
COVID,
yeah.
you died of COVID.
Did you know that after the vaccines rolled out, remember how everyone was talking, how the numbers spiked all of a sudden?
Yeah.
And they were blaming it on the unpoked?
Yeah.
Well, that they were after a certain point, it was like 2 weeks after you got the poke, that you were considered unpoked.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, 2 weeks after you...
So you got the poke.
Yeah.
2 weeks after you were considered unpoked.
Unpoked? Oh, so then when you die,
So
they say
then,
unvaccinated.
so now you're, yeah, exactly. Now you're
shit.
unpoked.
Yeah. But I just...
So that's how those unpoked numbers kept going up.
And that has just made a swing into...
Oh yeah.
The poked are getting sick and dying at higher rates
They're
than
just,
the unpoked. now.
I don't even think some of them are getting sick. I think some of them are seeing that little ghost thing and then dying.
Yeah, dude. What is that? You seen that?
All the videos, yeah, they're just,
I don't know.
I don't want to make fun of them, but
and I don't want to like.
it's a weird fucking situation.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude.
They also came out and said that graphene oxide with the nanotubes that are in the poke
Yeah.
are doing the same damage that asbestos does to your lungs.
Do you think that it's on purpose?
I think it's a population control.
Yeah.
I have lots of theories, actually. One is population control. The other one is they're trying to build a better society, and that.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, you told me
fucking
this
finish.
one before. So.
And they want Jesus,
Sorry.
and they want people who are free thinkers and not just followers.
I can disprove that last one. So explain these. I
No,
feel
no,
like
no.
I can take apart that last one.
All right, go ahead.
They want critical thinkers.
They want smarter people.
So the idea being, I've heard this before. The idea being is like they want to create a world of smart people where humanity is going to thrive. And if you got tricked into taking that shit, then like
You're a dumbass and you shouldn't.
in their minds, that's
Yeah,
what they're going to say.
yeah,
that
yeah,
you're a
yeah.
dumbass and you should. But here's the thing: like this sounds like a virtuous kind of idea of like, yeah, we'll have humanity be dope and everything's going to be amazing. But these same fucking people who are ruling the world and doing all the shit are satanic pedophiles. So like, I don't think that that's the goal. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I didn't think about it.
You know what
like
I
that.
mean?
But I mean, they all got it too, so they won't even be here.
Do you think they really got it?
No. I
No?
think it's one of those fake fucking retractable needles.
Yeah. Have you ever? I've seen those videos, dude. They're kind of weird. Have you ever considered the idea that they really did get it, and the reason being is because, like, have you seen?
Well, I think we talked about
Yeah, we
this the
did.
last time. They can get all connected up.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. We talked about it in the garage. I think
Maybe. I don't
it's
know.
possible. Maybe. I'm sorry if we
We
rehash this.
might repeat it.
You might be right. But so the idea being that like it's Have you seen like the doctors and shit who are looking at this shit under people's blood under a microscope after they've been poked? And like there's all these like,
Oh yeah, and it starts clotting and getting sticky.
not only that, but there's like these like organisms in there, but they're not
Organic.
organic. They're machine organisms. They're like
Yeah, the nano probably.
yeah,
probably
it's
the
like
nanotubing.
it's like AI shit
Yeah.
basically. And like the weird thing about it is like the nanoparticles like reproduce. These are not organic and they're reproducing and shit like that. So basically, what I'm saying is it possible that the idea is that even these people are getting this shit, being that like you know what like I mean by like transhumanism.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like going into this area where like humans are merging with machines.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the initial
First step.
first step in kind of like getting our bodies
Oh, yeah.
primed to like start going into machinery type of shit.
Oh,
It sounds
yeah.
crazy. I'm sorry, but some people's body just can't handle that,
And they die.
and that's why all these problems are happening.
Possibly.
Is that a possibility?
I mean, possibly. Humans
mean-
can't just stick with just basic human models anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the way the world's going, bro. It seems like we're gonna start merging with machines, dude. They're already coming out.
There's already people fucking sex robots, so
Yeah.
they're merged pretty well.
Yeah, bro. And like Starbucks and these type of things, like you get the shit implanted in your wrist. you
I've
can
heard
scan
about
it.
the chip, and you just
Yeah, Neuralink.
Yeah.
People are getting shit installed in your brain coming out pretty soon.
No.
It just seems like if I were a betting man, I got my money on we're going to be merging with machines. Like AI is going to be going in our bodies.
All right, ready? I'm gonna do a weird segue.
What do you got?
What if the only way for us to accomplish that is aliens? And with the 4th of July coming up, I think you and I don't know if I did it on here, but it's gonna be fucking Will Smith is gonna come and save us from an alien attack
If they have an alien attack,
in 3 days.
you think it's coming on the 4th of
The
July?
4th of July, it's
of
Independence
this year?
Independence Day.
Yeah, but this year.
They need the distraction.
I know. If anything,
They need the distraction.
it's going to be next year because of the election.
Dude, I was hearing a retired general today talk
Oh.
about there won't be one next year.
There's not going to be an election?
Yeah.
Why? Because of aliens?
Just banking collapse, all banks
I
will be
kind of tend to
closed.
agree with them, bro. Like, I just, dude,
Aliens will help. I mean,
Yeah.
they'll show up. They'll bring the chips.
I don't think that they want an election because they know they're gonna lose if they don't, rig it, the whole fucking thing.
I don't think they can rig it again, dude. Like
Yeah, because they don't have mail-in ballot. Well, they'll have to have some kind of big, huge crisis.
something to involve mail-in ballots.
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
Bring it
Everyone's gonna
back.
have to stay home and shit. But I don't know. We're probably just conspiracy theorists. Everything's fine, guys. At home, for the few people who are watching this, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Just
Perfectly safe.
There's no election interference. Oh no, there is election interference when Trump wins.
Yes.
In
yes.
2016, when Trump wins, then there's election interference.
Yeah.
We have to have investigate.
But 2020
But
there
no, there's
wasn't.
no possible way.
2022
No possible way.
none.
Well, unless Trump wins.
Well, no,
Then there will be.
not in 2022. The last election where we voted in governor, where we got Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake lost.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh no, there's no way.
No, except for, I mean, I wasn't at a polling place where the printers went down.
Yeah, and there's just all these weird anomalies, like the putting up cardboard in the windows and not letting the poll counters in, and all of a sudden all these ballots coming in at 3 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
But just all that. It's just that's
It
how
wasn't a
democracy
Sharpie.
works.
I
Yeah,
wasn't given a Sharpie.
it's all how democracy works, and you know what I mean. Like I bet we'll know if there's any possibility of election interference on 2024 because. If Trump wins, clearly there was election interference everywhere, all over the place. But if Trump loses, there's not going to be any way possible of any.
Oh, no.
So we'll have our answer based on who wins the election.
Who do you think it's going to be for the Democrat side?
It can't be Biden. It just can't, dude. Like,
Do you
there's
think
no
it's going to be
fucking way.
Well, because if it's not Biden, he doesn't have anyone really fighting him except for RFK.
Yeah, bro. I would love to see RFK versus Trump in the election.
In a debate stage?
In the general election. The Democrat is RFK Jr.
Dude, that's a hell of a fucking...
I'm voting for RFK Jr., bro. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just am. Dude. I'm sorry.
I'm going to get you a Build Back Better hat now.
I know you're a Trump guy or whatever, dude, but like, hey, listen, in Trump versus Biden, I'm going Trump every single time. But
I'm voting 3 times
yeah,
because that's how we do it in America.
yeah, that's democracy.
That's democracy.
But like,
as
fuck
many
it.
votes as you could stuff the ballot box with.
Would you be pissed at me if I voted for RFK Jr. and Trump versus RFK Jr.?
No, I mean you're gonna vote who you're gonna vote for.
Yeah, but
now,
like, could you
wait a minute. But if he starts fucking up, I'm gonna roast you every Saturday on this podcast for this fucking horrible decision.
I'm sure he's gonna listen. We're not voting for fucking, you know what I mean, gods. These people, like, when they get in office, they're not gonna be gods and shit like that. They're not gonna. I don't think one person can completely change everything.
Biden definitely showed they're not gods. Gods don't trip upstairs.
Gods aren't retarded.
Gods
But, like,
don't trip over sandbags.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, do you think that one person can completely make everything dope for everybody?
Tupac
Tupac
for
maybe
president.
Tupac comes back. Tupac 2024.
Tupac
baby, you know what I'm saying?
2024.
Yeah.
I'll vote for RFK if
I will.
Fox is running mate.
I'm gonna vote for him anyway, dude. He was like one of the only motherfuckers. Oh, who is this? That might have been the kid that was supposed to be on this podcast. He is the only person. Well, not the only person, but he was one of the loudest voices when all the shit we were just talking about was going on. He was sticking up for the doctors
Pope?
and scientists that were being canceled and
Yeah.
destroyed and shit, and like he was questioning the Pope and shit. Like he was.
But he doesn't like any popes. He's against all popes.
I don't think that's accurate to say. I think that he doesn't like the amount of pokes that are like when we were kids in the 80s and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, we got like 9
Like
pokes or something.
chicken
like that.
pox.
Yeah, like the basic shit. Now when kids are born, dude, it's just like
Oh,
one
dude,
after
there's a
another
shit
after
ton.
another after another
Oh,
after
yeah.
another. And I think he's saying, dude, you don't need
All of
80
it.
million of these. Remember in the 80s and shit? All these diseases were eradicated like when we were growing up and shit. Why do we continually need to just pile on and pile on and pile on and pile on? Like, this shit is clearly causing problems. Autism is way, like, it's up by like hundreds of percents and shit. Like, I don't know.
No, yeah.
But I think that's what he's saying. What I'm saying is, like, to say that RFK Jr. is against pokes, I don't think that's accurate. I think that he's just against, like, the amount of them. And did you know that they're completely not liable for any damages and shit? He's against that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of shit, but he gets lumped into this category. He's like, he's against pokes.
Anti is a complete
I don't think that's
anti-vaxxer.
true. I think it's more complicated than that, but
We had aliens.
what do you mean?
Who are we sending to go greet them? Because clearly our president isn't the one.
No, take me to your leader. Imagine, like, sorry guys, there he is. Like,
Oh, this is gonna be anticlimactic with a CPAP machine on his face with his sleep apnea.
he's like, he falls out of bed, like, hi, nice to meet you. Like, dude, it would be embarrassing. But like, what was the
Anybody.
question?
If you could pick anybody.
To be our leader?
No. Yeah. Who's
For
the
them to meet?
leader? Like, who's the meet and greet with the aliens? Who are we sending to go?
Kanye West. I don't know.
Kanye?
I don't
Kanye
know,
West?
man.
Are we talking about, like, is he wearing those, like, pantyhose masks? That he
Yeah,
wore?
we'll have him wear that.
The whole red leather outfit he wore that time? That might, yeah, maybe.
I don't know, dude. I don't think he's supposed to meet one guy. I don't think he's supposed to meet one person.
It's just you get the United Nations together and
No, fuck the United
and the
Nations.
gray, the
We'll get,
alien
like-
leader walks in.
Tupac,
Okay,
Frank Zappa,
okay,
and just like 5, like JFK,
Okay.
RFK,
okay,
Abraham Lincoln,
okay,
Martin Luther King.
okay.
We'll just get like 10 or
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I only heard two Democrats on there, and they were the Kennedys.
yeah. And then you'll choose a few, and then that's who we'll have.
I think it'd just be like Snoop and Willie Nelson and Wiz Khalifa,
Alright.
and they just smoke the aliens out.
Yeah, because who gets in a fight with a high?
Thank
Like the
you.
aliens are
Thank
gonna
you.
want to invade while they're high. Like
Now,
clearly
the
not.
only thing we've got to be concerned about is if they're like from a planet of weed and they get stronger,
Yeah, they'd smoke our shit and they're like, you pussies.
right? And then they'd bring us some moon rocks from the moon.
Fuck out of here with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, I don't know. I think we've been about an hour here.
Yeah.
What do you think? Anything else you want to add?
I mean, there's always the submarine,
Yeah. That's a crazy one.
but I feel like we need a little bit more time for that,
Yeah.
and it might still be too soon.
Have you seen the memes going around Facebook?
I
Don't make me
love
laugh.
the fucking memes.
You're an asshole.
They are hilarious.
I feel weird about laughing at those. They are funny. Like I'm not gonna say they're not.
They're
Like I have
funny.
chuckled, but like it feels fucked up. To laugh
I've
at
legit LOL'd.
that. Yeah, but like if I don't like it, I'll laugh and I'll scroll through more. But then like I'll think in my head like, you're kind of an asshole, bro. You shouldn't have laughed at that. You know?
I laugh harder.
Yeah.
Because look, nobody should survive anything if they're gearing or controlling it with the 2005 Logitech Xbox controller. You fucked up.
I know.
Another death because of Bill Gates. I'm just saying.
Oh shit! Oh my god, I know. Jeez. Actually, no. I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess it's Logitech.
And it was a PlayStation controller.
No, I heard it was
wasn't?
an Xbox controller. They're
Was it
probably
Xbox?
actually better off. They should have just used the big Atari pad. Up, down.
It's-
It would have been safer.
Fucking Bill Gates. Unbelievable with this prick.
This man's taking billionaires out one.
Yeah. Would you get on a submarine
No.
if they were controlling it with a Logitech thing? We're gonna go down and see the fucking Titanic.
No.
Were you controlling it with this Xbox controller?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna control it up here. Or no, he was in the thing controlling it, huh?
Yeah, I think it was in there.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, something about a 22-foot metal tube that I'm gonna
Yeah.
sit in with 5-6 other people.
Yeah, and I
that-
think they had to like piss and shit and like.
in the same little
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
One person at a time could stretch out.
It was not good. But all right, you want to just wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we're good this week.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing this again next week. Hopefully, we can have that guest we were trying to get on today. Fascinating guy. Give me a call, bro, if you're seeing this for some reason. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We love all you guys. You guys are all the best.
Happy 4th, guys.
Happy 4th. That's coming up. Let's enjoy America and shit, freedom, all that type of shit. So, you got anything you want to pump this week?
Nope. I'll see y'all next week and
All right, dog.
hope for the best.
All right, guys, we love you. You're the best.
Later,
Have a
guys.
wonderful day.